Hi out there, everybody that's watching. Welcome. My name is Carrie, and today is going to be just kind of a little personal note, just kind of what I'm doing. But I did want to put this out there that everybody out there that has experienced trauma can basically heal themselves and in turn heal the planet. Now, what I've found is I found when I first had my experience of awakening, I don't know how I did it, but I found a woman's channel named Jelaila Starr. And so I went to her channel. I've been watching her for a couple of years, reading her stuff. To me, she's very reliable as far as a galactic historian. There are two galactic historians that I know are out there. One of them is Jelaila Starr, and the other one is Andrew Bartzis. So, if you've seen my About Me's, you know that my life has had a lot of trauma. My name is Carrie, so I'm carrying a lot of trauma with me. And actually what I think, now that I've thought about it from a higher perspective, multi-dimensional perspective, your name really does mean something. The name that you have is very important, and I was named Carrie for a reason. So I just think about that. I'm like, man, I do carry a lot of heavy weight. That's no accident that my name is Carrie. But especially if you're out there, if you've had a lot of trauma, that is actually, it can be turned into a beautiful thing because of this formula of compassion. So I've actually wrote down a lot of the stuff that's happened to me and I'd asked my soul, what do you want me to heal? Tell me the situations you want me to heal, and I will work on them. And I think I came up with, hold on, let me get this here. How many did I come up with? And I just thought of another one that I have to add to that list. Let's see. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 events that I'm going to be clearing, emotional clearing. So, and that's just to start. I mean, from what I'm gathering from the information from Jelaila, you have to go, with each individual person, you'll have to go through the formula more than one time, especially if it's like your family or something. So, and that's where my trauma mainly is coming from. So, okay. Let me get you over to this, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read parts of it. That way you'll know what the hell I'm talking about here. Now this is the Formula of Compassion. Let me go up here. Nibiruan Council, Formula of Compassion by Jelaila Starr, and I'll post links to all this. These are all of her booklets. I did purchase all of them, and it was $40. Well worth it. This is the first one, the Formula of Compassion. The second one is Soul Contracts and Promises. The Divine Partnership. The fourth one is Hold On to Nothing and You'll Have Everything. The fifth, Dancing with the Dark. The sixth is Agreements, and then you have Apologies. So that's what you have to do to go through this emotional clearing. And this is coming from a premise that everybody is a creator god or goddess themselves, and if you're religious, it's going to be hard to kind of grasp that at first. It was for me, because you know, especially for me being raised really religious, you think that you're flawed, God doesn't love you, you feel sinful, the thought of you being an aspect of source energy, love energy, is really foreign to you. So yeah, this is a premise that you create your life. You set out your plan and contracts with people before you come here. And that's with everyone, especially the ones that give you trauma. those are the ones that are usually going to love you the most, because they'll love you enough that they agree to hurt you so you can learn lessons that need to be learned. And when we come here, especially as starseeds, you come here, and Matt Kahn talks about this as well. You come here, you get indoctrinated to the way that things are, and you peel, and it's like layers of crap that builds up on you, and you peel those layers off. Well, that information gets sent up to the mass consciousness. And also, not only that, but you're healing past timeline issues with your family, your soul family, your friends, and your soul group. You're healing those kinds of beliefs that you've held on to that have held your soul back. So that's basically what this is. So here's her introduction. I'm not going to read all of that to you. It talks here about the God consciousness. People are going to have different beliefs about that. She goes into what, you know, the explanation about it, saying here that God consciousness has been available to mankind for thousands of years, but only in pieces, as if someone had cut the consciousness into a jigsaw puzzle, handling the different pieces to various individuals like Jesus, Buddha to deliver. So with scattered in pieces, it's difficult to put that together. Well, she's actually put it all together here. And it explains that she herself was taught that we are children of God, but she never understood that we are powerful creator beings in our own right. So, and that is actually, it takes blame out of the equation. You learn that your soul's having a physical experience. It goes into a bunch of other different things. You create your reality. As an immortal soul and creator being, you create your own reality in each lifetime, but you are responsible for all you create. Since we are the ones who designed the blueprints for our own personal benefit, it's only fair that we take responsibility for them. To expect someone else to do that would be really unfair. Once we get to Earth, if we don't like what we designed, we have the power to change it through our thoughts and feelings. And then she goes on here and says, movies such as What the Bleep and The Secret are excellent for understanding this concept. It's about soul evolution is what it is. Everything has value. That means that even the cabal, this will work. This is how you win. This is how the light is integrated with the dark and learns to dance together. There are no evil beings out there. And now I know that it seems like with all of the pedophilia crap that's coming out, that it seems like they're really evil. But you know what? What they're doing is, and I heard Jelaila say this in one of her creator calls, and I'll post a link to that. But they are, the Team Dark is mirroring to us what we do, how we treat our inner child. And I know it seems really extreme, but this is how you beat that. This is how you beat the dark and learn how to integrate it and basically nullify the lower level vibrations with compassion. That's why it's called the formula of compassion. Let me go. I don't want this to get too long, but love is the highest, and compassion is actually the highest vibrating level of vibration that there is. It's the highest emotion that there is, and it teaches you how to work through your own stuff to activate the thymus, which is like right here, your heart. So okay, let me go down, and I just read through all of this. I'm about to start reading the second part of it. She goes on to talk about how, explain how she resolved a conflict with her mother, giving an example. Okay. Yeah, the majority of the layers of this stuff that you're healing may be from past lifetimes that you've shared with that person. And then she goes on to say that you create numerous contracts with many people to learn the same lesson. It talks about releasing the anger, and you know, it's really great. So you ask yourself, and I'm going to post links to all of this. Let me get down here. It goes through the 7 stages of emotional clearing. The trigger, identifying the trigger through anger, projection, and blaming. Express and release the anger and pain. Look for and find the mirror. Own the mirror and clear the mirror. And there's a little error here, I noticed, on that. But then it explains all of that. Okay, so here's the big thing here. And this is the last thing I'm going to read to you. And then I'm going to end this blog, or this vlog. This is the worksheet. You have to ask yourself 9 questions with this formula. Step 1 is the lesson. What is the lesson I wanted to learn regarding this person? Step 2, the contract. What is the contract I made with this person? Step 3 is the role. What is the role he or she is playing to act out his or her part of the contract? Step 4 is what is the aspect of me this person is reflecting back to me. Step 5 is the gift. What is the gift the person is giving by playing his or her role? The gift is the lesson learned. Step 6 is, can I accept the role the other person has played along with his or her actions to help me learn this lesson? Step 7 is allowing. Can I allow myself to let go of any anger towards the person who played the role that helped me learn the lesson? Step 8 is release. Can I release this person from blame? And step 9 is, now that I have released this person, can I be kind to him or her? And if so, how and when will I do it? So, and then she's got some suggested reading here. But yeah, coming from the premise that everyone in your life that causes trauma, it's an agreement that you both made. So with that in mind, there is no need for forgiveness, because there is no blame. And that goes for any bad thing that you see on TV and in your life. So the events in Las Vegas, the Trade Center towers, everything that happens, because from what I gather, these souls that are playing those roles, they don't want to be playing them, because those are hard roles to play. It's easier to play those kinds of roles than it is to play the hero, and we're not having to do that. So that's all I really wanted to say right now. I'll probably go into a little bit more detail on this. I'm starting these now, so and I do apologize about the lag. I don't know how to really deal with that. I might try and find some kind of different software, because that's really annoying. But anyway, I hope you all have a good night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.